MMA people. All right. I keep seeing, I just heard one of these interviews where Daniel Cormier is talking about the biggest stars in the UFC, and he says Sean O'Malley, and the UFC is trying to make it seem like Sean O'Malley is this big star in the documentary when they sold it to Aljamain Sterling as if it's going to be this big pay per view. And turns out it wasn't. Because is Sean O'Malley a star in the UFC to the hardcore fans? Absolutely. We all know who Sean O'Malley is. But outside of that, Sean O'Malley is not a huge star, a huge draw. He even said himself that he was at some restaurant, I believe, in LA, and they were treating him a certain way and they didn't know who he was, and he was offended that they didn't know who he was. And I'm like, dude, you're not Conor McGregor. Yes, he's a good fighter. He's the champion, absolutely. But as we just seen in the documentary, the UFC said threw him an alley oop. Okay, and they've been throwing him alley oop after alley oop, in my opinion, which that's not his fault. We I don't have anything against Sean O'Malley, and I'm not necessarily holding it against him, but I'm taking it into account of his path to the championship, because that goes into account when we compare with anybody. You look at how they got to the championship and how long they held the championship, who they defended against, so on and so forth. So all that goes into account. All right. Now, when we look at it, Aljamain says, "All right, I took the fight because not make an excuse, but he says his management was pressuring him, which I find weird. I might make a video about that separately. But he says also the UFC is pressuring him and they're also incentivizing him with the fact that, oh, you're going to get an opportunity to take Sean O'Malley's fan base. What fan base? Sean O'Malley's fan base is either what I can't remember. Someone was saying the 16-year-old, 15-year-old stoner hippie kids, and then there's some hardcore MMA fans who like Sean O'Malley as well. Outside of that, again, that's not pay per view extravaganza right there. All right, that's not going to blow any numbers out of off the roof. And those fans are locked in. The hardcore fans who like Sean O'Malley are probably locked in. There's probably nothing that Aljamain Sterling can do to get those fans. And they kind of boxed Aljamain Sterling into this situation where I believe they did the same type of thing with Tyrone Woodley. Now, is Sean O'Malley marketable? Sure, absolutely. But let's let him develop. Let's let him develop into this star that they're trying to say he is already, which he's not. But let's let him develop and see, because he has potential. If he can possibly get a fight with a Ryan Garcia or something like that, because let's remember, Conor McGregor was a big star to begin with. But when he fought Floyd Mayweather, his stardom went way, way through the roof. That's when he became really who he is now, in that level of stardom. So sometimes you need the right partner. I understand that. But at the same time, he did take himself to a level to where Floyd was even willing to give him that opportunity, and that the UFC was even willing to take that type of chance and co-promote when they don't co-promote. So, Sean O'Malley, love you. Keep doing your thing. But you're not a superstar yet. All right? Let's pump our brakes. What do y'all think? MMA House on MMA Block, and we're in the middle of MMAville. And yes, we keep it real.